Hey everyone, it's Olivia Grace. I'm back with another video for you guys. Today is another viewer pick, and the topic they asked me to talk about was how to basically avoid negative energy from people that you have to be around, like coworkers or family members. So this is something that most people can relate to, and I do have some tips for you. All right, so the first tip is to not entertain them. This seems like a very, again, cliche tip. I remember growing up dealing with people that were bothering me or annoying me. My mom would always tell me, just ignore them. And I didn't see the power in that, but now I do. The thing is, I think there's like a quote or some fable or something where they're like, if someone offers you a gift and you don't take it, is the gift still yours? No, it's theirs because you didn't take it. And that's what you do with people's negative energy. They're offering you their negative energy. You don't have to take that on. You can choose to say, I don't want that, and just leave it at that. Um, the reason you want to do this is to, one, choose your energy over being right. We get into it with people, get into arguments. People say these things that we feel are so wrong, and we feel like we have to assert that we're right, they're wrong. And until they understand how we're right and they're wrong, then the situation can't be fixed, But just be confident in that you're right, or that you feel how you feel and they feel how they feel. But you're choosing your energy over being right. You're choosing your energy and how you're feeling rather than getting upset and getting into a huge argument and ruining your day or your week. You're choosing to just say, okay, I'm going to let you have it, and I'm going to choose my peace over whatever you have going on. So don't accept the gift of negative energy. Don't accept what people are throwing at you. People are going to do what they do. You can't control what people do. All you can control is yourself and how you respond. So when you're responding with your peace in mind, things actually unfold a lot better for you and a lot more peaceful for you. Also, something that I've learned is that when people realize that they can't get a reaction out of you, that most people that come at you with negative energy are looking for drama. They want the argument. They want, to go back and forth with you. Some people kind of get like a high off of doing that. So when you stop giving them what they're looking for, they have no purpose. I mean, can you imagine, yelling at someone that's completely just ignoring you and just like, you're like, blah, 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 and they're just, how long can you keep going on, before you feel crazy? All right. So the next thing is when it comes to especially people like your family members that you can't get away from, coworkers, you can kind of avoid them, duck off into corners, whatever. But your family, that's not really anything that you can really get away from. One, I do want to say that if you can get away from your family and your family is causing you a lot of pain and a lot of turmoil and negative energy, don't feel bad. You got to choose your peace over everything, you guys. Peace over family. I'm serious, because your peace is not a priority to them. So you can't keep prioritizing other people over your own peace and your own happiness when you're not even really a priority to them. It's not doing you any good. But what you can do for people, let's say, your husband, your kids, your mom, something like that, people that you're not really going to be able to just kind of ignore and cut out your life tomorrow, focus on the good qualities in them. What you focus on expands, right? So let's say you have a kid and he's really smart and really funny and really sweet, but he goes to school and he's bad at school. He doesn't listen at school. He gets into it with other kids, whatever. And so you take, yeah, okay, I'm proud of you. You're smart. You're this, you're that. But let's focus on this thing that you're doing wrong. Let's focus on what's wrong with you and try and fix that. As a kid, it's really disencouraging. It makes them feel like, wow, nothing I do really matters except for the bad stuff. This is the only stuff that even gets me any attention, but more than that, what you focus on, what you give your attention to consistently expands in your reality. So if you start to just give attention to, with the example, the kid that's doing bad at school and all you can think of is how bad he is at school and why is he so bad at school and what can I do about it, it's going to get more and more and more. And guess what? Those good qualities are going to get less and less and less. A psychological reason, like I said, because they feel like, okay, this is what's being focused on. This is who I am, a self-fulfilling prophecy. But in a manifestation term, you're focusing on the bad parts of them. So it must expand. This is what, happens with our partners. We get with our partners. The beginning is amazing. We just love everything about them. A few years down into the relationship, it's like, oh my God, you just get on my nerves. And it's because you switched from seeing you know, all the great things about them, acknowledging the great things about them, you know, feeding into the great things about them, to seeing all the little things that annoy you, you know, and you just focus on those until it expands and expands and expands. And you can't even remember why you fell in love in the first place, you know. So if you take the time, this is a great way to switch around that energy. You probably have negative momentum going behind this family member or whoever, coworker or whatever. Try to find even one thing that's positive about them and try to, you know, just give your attention to that. You know, at least they're kind, at least they're smart, at least they're a good worker, at least he does this, at least, you know, whatever. Start to switch your focus to the positive, and that will also expand, and they'll start to show more things to you that make you view them in a positive light, simply just because of the law of attraction. Also, again, in the psychological sense, you are reinforcing them. You're making them feel good. You know, when you make people feel good about what they're doing, they want to do it more. You know, we think that nagging and kind of yelling and bitching at people is how to get them to do what we want, but you catch more bees with honey than vinegar. When you are so sweet and appreciative in all this way, it makes people want to keep getting that reaction from you, and they will keep doing things that do that. Okay, so try and just focus on some other things other than what annoys you so much about a person, right? And my last tip is to be confident in your decisions. When it comes to, you know, people having opinions about you, coworkers or family members, you know, about anything that you're doing, feeling like, oh, you should do things this way, or I don't know why you do things that way. You know, it bothers you because you're not 100% in why you're doing things your way. You know, you have to be, when someone tells you, oh, you know, this is the way that you need to be raising your kids, or this is the way you need to be handling your bills, you know, you can, if you know in your head, no, I'm doing what's best for me. You know, I'm doing what's best for my family. I'm doing, you know, what I know is the best thing to do. Then you can be more confident in what other people are saying is kind of just background noise, rather than something that you have to really turn around in your head and see, oh my gosh, are they right? Am I wrong? And that creates this inner turmoil and inner distrust. And you kind of take that out on them like, oh, you're making me second guess myself. But if you're second guessing yourself, you weren't that strong on it to begin with. So be confident in what you're doing. You're not perfect. No one's perfect, but you're moving the best way that you think is best for you. And that's all that you can do. And it's not really up to anybody else to force lessons on you or force you to do things the way that they want you to do it. But it's also, you know, not your job to be open and receptive to what people are telling you that you need to do or how you need to be. So those are the tips that I have for you guys. I'm loving your viewer picks, you guys. Definitely keep sending me more. And that's what I have for you today. You guys like, comment, and share if you feel like this will help somebody. I appreciate all the likes, all the comments, you guys. It actually helps me a lot. So keep it up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.